Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back. My name is Bronte and this week we're gonna do a catch up with I'm gonna start calling it a reading journal because it's not really got much knitting going on at the moment. I have been calling this my hobbies journal. Currently it's kind of just reading. So yeah, I hope that's interesting for you. I have a very aggressive cup of, what is this? Rosehip and hibiscus tea. This is my attempt to not have too much caffeine today, so that's what this is. It looks kind of weird and really kind of gothy, vampiric, but anyway. So this is my spread in my reading journal for this week. It's Friday the 10th. And this is what we have. Nothing, basically. So I thought we could do this together, and I have had a few people asking to see more of this book, so I hope that this is nice, helpful, I don't know, whatever. So also apologies, my throat's a bit scratchy, so I may have to do a bit of a throat clearing throughout the video, but I hope you don't mind that. Okay, so I did fill this I did do this deco and fill out my little this week goals thing whilst I was away at my parents' house this past weekend. I was there Friday to Saturday Friday to Monday, so I wasn't there for very long, but it was really nice to be there. And yeah, and I did this deco, and this week I decided that my main goal was going to be just finishing books, because I have got 3 on the go right now and I don't like that. So yeah, I have now finished House of Hunger, which is by Alexis Henderson, I think. Yeah, so I'm going to write a review of that, and then also we'll fill out this side. So this side with the dated section is normally just for stuff that happens on that specific day, and then on this side with the blank page I tend to do like reviews and stuff, or like notes of any kind. So I did do this sticky while I was at my parents' house. I didn't have any sticky notes with me, so I had to borrow one of my mom's, which I think I'm going to be pernickety and transfer this onto a slightly more aesthetically pleasing sticky note, because that bright green is a bit harsh on the eyes with this spread. So I do have this block of stickies from Tiger, which I think that fits nicely with this spread. Let me just grab. I also have these sticky notes from Daiso that my boyfriend brought back from America, but I think this is a bit small. I don't want it to look really cramped, so I think I'm going to go with the bigger. Anyway, that's for a little later. Yeah, let's go for it. sorry for my throat. Okay, so what happened this week? So Monday I travelled back to London. Actually, do you know what? I'm just going to pull out my cousin, and then we can compare notes, as it were. Monday. So Monday, I didn't really get much reading done, so I think I might just leave Monday blank, or I can make a note about the weather, because it was really stormy at my parents' house, which was kind of nice. I know that is not obviously reading or hobbies related, but I don't know, sometimes I just put other things, I occasionally put other things in here that just feel right to add. So I might put that in. Okay. Okay, so then Tuesday was my first day back to work. I've done me and Raquel of Rocky Paper Scissors Co. on Instagram. We did like a little Halloween parcel exchange, which was so lovely. And my parcel from her arrived on Tuesday. So I think I'm going to write that in because it was just so lovely to receive that. And Raquel sent me quite a few samples of pet tapes and stickers and things, which is, that's hobby related, right? So yeah. Okay, and then Tuesday, this is knitting related. I was running out of yarn for a project, and basically my boss was able to source me another skein of it, which is so nice. So I'm gonna write that in as well. Right, and then Wednesday, what happened on Wednesday? Another really busy day at work. It's I was gonna say, oh yeah, it's because it's getting cold here now, or colder. Lots of our customers who we don't see too often, we only see them when the weather is cold. They're not like all year round knitters. They've been coming into the shop again, which is really nice. And it's just, yeah, this is the time of year where we are really busy all the time. So I know I've written in my cousin that I was really tired after work. So I'm just gonna write about, I was reading House of Hunger on the train to and from work. So I'm just gonna write that in. Let's see. Okay, as you can see, I've written, it's just, yeah, I've written a bit with a bit of a wider spacing than I would normally. I don't know, that's just happened. That just happened when I was writing. If only Hobonichi would put the grid on this side as well, that wouldn't happen, would it? Anyway, yeah, so because I've put these stickers here, I couldn't quite fit everything in this box for Wednesday, so I've just gone into Thursday's box. I do that sometimes. Where's a good example? Here. So Friday I kind of overlapped into Saturdays, so then I just shifted Saturdays kind of down a little into the box, if that makes sense. Here too, I overlapped Thursday into Friday, but I actually didn't write anything for that Friday, so yeah, it's fine. It just all works out. So Thursday, yesterday, I stayed up really late finishing House of Hunger. So I'm going to write that I finished it. So yeah, last night I finished reading House of... Oops, sorry, that's my iPad. Okay, I just need to pause and reply to an email. I'm trying to book in a tattoo. Okay, that's done. That's my first thing going into the calendar for 2024 in January, is some tattoos. I'm going to travel to Brighton to get 2 tattoos from this artist who's there. I'm really excited. Anyway, let's go back to this. So House of Hunger is incredible. I really enjoyed it. There was a lot of like plot twists and stuff that I just wasn't anticipating. And yeah, I thought it was fantastic. So now that I've finished this, I'm going to write a little review on this side. So what I tend to do is write the title of the book and the full name of the author, and then my star rating. Let's see. So I actually will come into this, like you know, Hobonichi have the invisible line. I will come across that and start here. So and I think this is going to be a 5-star book for me. 5 stars. And then now I'm going to come and use this margin and write here. So what do I want to say about this book? I think this is really interesting because it's a vampire book, but the people in the book are like, they're vampires by choice, essentially, which is really interesting. I don't think I've ever seen or ever heard of a book that has quite that take on the vampire trope. Yeah, it was really cool. Oh god, that's another email. Hang on. Yes, I got the slot. Oh my god, thank goodness for that. I'm gonna have to swap my work days around, but it's fine. It's fine. It's not until next year. Okay, woohoo. Okay, that's really exciting. Obviously, I'll update you guys on that. I'm getting 2 new tattoos. They're gonna be on my legs, so yeah. Okay, House of Hunger. Chosen vampires. They're like choose to be vampires. Vampires by choice. There's quite a few times in the book where they are described as having like their canines have got like a what's the word? They have like gold capped canines, so they have like gold vampire teeth that are like affixed to their human teeth. And it's really interesting. It follows the story of this young woman called Marion, who comes from a very like deprived area, like poverty ridden childhood, and she answers an advertisement in the paper for what they call in the book a blood maid, where you are indentured to like a house of nobility, and they essentially drink your blood and you're paid for it. But yeah, it all goes wrong, or like it's not, you know, it's not all it's cracked up to be, because you're supposedly, you know, treated really amazingly, and you have a huge pension at the end of your indenture, but all is not as it seems in the House of Hunger, which is the house that Marion is indentured to, is the House of Hunger. So it's so good, and there's like it's like a sapphic romance, but it's a little like An Education in Malice, which I talked about in one of my previous videos. The kind of older female love interest is not is very like manipulative, and yeah, just quite like, it's quite like a toxic relationship. So it was so well written. It's short, it's only about 300 pages long. It was really great. So I think I'm just going to scribble some thoughts down, and yeah, I will have been speeding up these writing clips, but I'll speed this bit up too, so you don't have to watch me write slowly. Back in a minute. So I've just made some notes, and actually whilst I was writing, I was just quickly wrote about liking the concept of vampires by choice. But as I was writing that, I realized that it makes it even darker, because like they don't necessarily need that blood, they want it, so it's kind of cannibalistic, which is it makes it even darker. So yeah, so good. Okay, what else? Today is Friday. I might just make a note that I really want to finish Legend by Karina Hall. I've got like an hour left, I think my Kindle's telling me. Actually, after I finished House of Hunger last night, I stayed up even later reading more of Legend, but I was really tired, so I'm not sure how much of it I've retained. But yeah, hopefully I can sit on the sofa for an hour this afternoon and finish it. So I'm just going to write that in as well. Okay. Then we wanted to transfer this list. This is actually only 2 books, but we really don't want to forget about these. So I have another 2 advanced readers copies to get through. I'm currently reading The Gilded Crown by, forget every time, Marianne Gordon. I'm enjoying it. I feel like it had really mixed reviews on NetGalley, but I think it's good. I don't know how far through I am, I can't remember. Maybe like 40%. So yeah, I want to finish Legend because I only have like an hour left. I'm at like 85%. And then I can just focus on finishing The Gilded Crown. I think that comes out on the 27th of November. So I've got a few weeks. But then I also have 2 more books to read that don't come out until next year. But yeah, this is why I don't want to forget about them. I think maybe the rest of this year I will focus on, or most of the rest of this year, I will focus on reading paperbacks that I already own, or like, you know, books I already own, and then come back to the arcs. So I'm just gonna write here. Oh, the sun's coming out. It was so rainy earlier. I thought I was gonna have to, like last week, I thought I was gonna have to use my my desk light, but apparently it's sunny now. This weather's so weird. Okay, arcs. Still to read. In theory, I could keep moving this sticky note throughout the weeks, but I think I'm just gonna leave it on this week and maybe give it its own flag, its own page flag. Actually, I might leave this mustard one on it and then pick out a new one for the following week. I'm gonna switch to this colour. Inspired by my tea. So I already decorated for next week. Hang on, let's just put my cousin away. I already decorated for next week. I did this when I was on the train back from my parents' house. I don't know, I was just really feeling like being in my books, in my planners. I didn't read the entire journey. Did I read? No, I don't think I did. I was just really into my planners. So this is the spread for the coming week, and then we don't have anything else. So I now also have this note, which I scribbled on an address label, a sticky address label, when I was at work. And these were just like some thoughts I had about yarns. So I'm gonna just put this here. These are more like knitting notes. So I think what I'm gonna call this list is notes for stash yarns. And then I'm going to write these 2 points that I've got here, and then I probably will add to this list at a later date. I'm not feeling doing that right now. But I have some Retrosaria Mondim in a dark green. So yeah, I had an idea about what I wanted to use this yarn for when I was at work, and I had to write it down, otherwise I would have forgotten. And there's a pattern that I want to use, but it has short sleeves, but I want to make it a sweater, so I'm going to add long sleeves. And then I have some beautiful Spanish wool from a brand called Wool Dreamers. Wool Dreamers Motta in like a I'm gonna put, it's in like a pumpkin orange shade, it's so nice. And I'm gonna do a cabled cardigan. Okay, so those are just some very quick notes about knitting. So I think that's everything for this week. Thank you for watching. I don't know how interesting this was because it's not, I don't know, but thank you for watching. And I will be back next week. I think next week I might start working on my reading journal setup for 2024, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, thank you everybody. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will just quickly tell you, I did today, this morning, I did an update for Patreon. Every Friday on Patreon I do a post about my planner pages for the previous week, and this morning I had a real mental block about it, but I realised I could film a video instead of taking pictures and like typing stuff out, and that was a bit of a revelation. So I think from now on patrons will be getting those updates as videos. So if you enjoy this sort of chatty, informal video, please consider subscribing to my Patreon. It's £3 a month, and yeah, I post at least once a week. At minimum it will be a post about planners, and then I'm gonna start doing book posts instead of knitting posts because I just haven't been knitting recently. And yeah, you get early access to these videos that go up on YouTube, and other bits and pieces in between, other life bits and pieces. So yeah, anyway, thank you again, and I will speak to you next week. Enjoy your week, everybody. I hope you have a really lovely Monday, a really lovely week. Thank you so much. Bye.